Dr. Kagan wrote this book with a simple truth. When you understand people, you live better, you lead better, and you love better. Everything in this book is around this mission. And if you are interested to make more friends and influence people, stay till the end of this video and I will give you a little brief about what I learned and what you can apply in your life. By the way, today's 28 of 100 Hard Day Challenge. I am doing this video right now before going to the training and the running, and then I'll go to work. I'm loving almost a month, and soon I will show you the results I'm having in my body, my first impressions in this first month. So let's dive in this content and learn more about what this book has to teach us. Let's talk about 4 key ideas this book gave to me. I kind of shortly resume for you. First part, fundamental techniques to handle it with people. Don't criticize, complain, or condemn people. When you do this with someone, you put that person in position of defense. People learn more with encouragement and not with humiliation. Give honest and sincere appreciation. People really like it to receive compliments and when someone recognizes some work they do. People crave recognition. Appreciation is one of the strongest human motives. Show the people what they gain and not what you want. That is a really strategy to achieve the goal of that person do what you want that person do. You can easily influence people when you appeal for their interests and not yours. Part 2. 6 ways to make the people like you. Become genuinely interested in other people. Interest creates connection. Mostly people talk only about themselves. Did you realize when that person arrives and say, oh, I did this, I make this, and that person never asks questions, never listen what the others have to say. That's really, you don't want to be around that people. Second, smile. A simple gesture changes all the atmosphere. Did you realize how a smile is so contagious? A lot of videos in internet, you can see people just starting to laugh in the metro, in the bus, for example, and everybody else start to laugh. I'm not saying you need to be, oh, ha ha ha, all the time, but it's different when you are happy and when you are smiling to the people, because maybe the only thing that person needs on that day, it's a smile. And if you give a smile to that person, you change the entire day, So we are human beings, we are social beings. And yeah, try to smile more. Third, remember the sweetest sound to that person is their names. So the sweetest sound for me is Yomar because it's my name. And the sweetest sound for you, it's your name. Exists one really different when you start to speak and say the name of that person in the conversation at least 3 times. You start to establish one connection with that person. Using name shows attention and respect. 4, be a good listener. Encourage others to talk about themselves. Listen more and speak less. Listening is one of the most powerful social skills. Talk in the terms of the other person's interest, their language, and not yours. 6, make the people feel important and do it sincerely. People open up when they feel evaluated. How to win people to your way of thinking. Talk here about influence and not manipulation and pressure. Because people who just manipulate others are very dangerous. The only way to get the best of one argument is avoiding. You never win an argument. Both sides lose. Show respect to the other person's opinions. Never say you are wrong. Ego blocks learning. Respects open mind. So be open to learn with others. Even if they have different opinions than yours, try to learn and understand the opinions of them. If you're wrong, admit quickly and sincerely. Humility disarms people and builds trust. And you don't want to be right all the time. That makes you really annoying people if you are like that. I always want to win one discussion, one argument, so be careful. Be in a friendly way because warmth creates openness. Be a leader. How to change people without offending. Begin with honesty and appreciation. Most people are receptive to improvement, but you need to understand the way you talk to them about that. Exists one strategy you can use it. It's like you say one compliment and then the thing that the person needs to improve and then another compliment. But be careful with this strategy because always when you say one compliment to the other person, they're gonna expect, oh, maybe something bad is coming. So don't use it all the time. Otherwise, you're gonna be a very previsible person. Talk about your own mistakes before criticize others. This create equality instead of superiority. And the people start to connect, oh, he's showing he as well commit mistakes. Ask questions instead of giving directly others. Make the other person feel happy about what you suggest. Influence is cooperation and not pressure. If you use these strategies, I'm sure you're gonna have better relationships, better life. You're gonna be a better leader and create a good environment with your friends, family, and co-workers. This book teaches influence is emotional and not intellectual. People don't follow knowledge, they follow connections. If you make people feel understood, respected, and important, you naturally become someone they trust. That's the real reason why this book became one of the most influential in the history. I encourage you to read this book because it teaches a lot of strategies about relationship with friends, family, co-workers, and the general people in your life you're living with. I read when I was 18. I put a lot of highlights. I read in the Kindle. Oh, actually, I don't read in the Kindle. I read in the real book. I was working in a company selling parfums, in sales of parfums, and one of the leaders gave it to me, and I started to improve a lot. I saw a lot of mistakes I was committing, and a kind of things I was doing already, like good things, and I tried to understand more about why some people have more friends and other people doesn't have that much friends. So I start to be more interested to how I can make more friends or how I can be close to people, how people can like more of my personality or who I am, or at least to, not to all the time worry about what the people think about me, but just to create more relationships and create more connections with people because we are social beings, so we need to connect with other humans. So if you want to connect and create a really good relationship with people, I recommend this book. It's gonna help you a lot. If you work with sales, if you are a leader, if you're having trouble with your families, or if you want to create more friends, that this book's gonna help a lot. And Dale Carnegie was one of the most influential entrepreneurs in century 20, and he was around always of big entrepreneurs, big businessmen in that age, in that era. My own experience, I recognize after I read this book, a lot of things I improve during my life, and I create good connections, good relationships, I create business, and that helped me a lot. So that was one of the first books I really start to be interested with. Before I say a lot of times, oh, I don't like to read, but when I recognize, oh, this type of book, I'm learning something, I like it. Not necessarily history or, for a hobby, but to learn something. So we just need to figure out if you're not, say, oh, I don't like to read that much. Start with 1 page, 5 pages, 10 pages, and at some point you're gonna be able to read a chapter and be more, it's gonna create the habit. I have one video talking about micro habits as well. If you like this kind of content, subscribing to the channel, hitting the like, and as always, stay focused, stay growing. I see you guys tomorrow.